Neither club is setting the pace in the Premier League. The absence of the Stretford end takes some of the sense of theatre out of Old Trafford temporarily. But Manchester United against Liverpool is an irresistible ingredient in the recipe of the English game.
And for Manchester United today, Mark, an opportunity to go third in the Premier League table. Great incentive for his side.
Liverpool in green. If support counts for anything, the odds overwhelmingly in United's favour. Liverpool officially restricted to some 700 tickets. Here's Hutchison. Well, Keith Hackett, who was 5 yards away, quite emphatically waved away any hopes that Liverpool
Steve
might
Bruce
have had of a penalty.
wasn't amused with this at all. As Don Hutchison works very well to get in there. Keeps holding the ball, battling for it. Here he touches it, and I think he goes in looking for the penalty. And Keith Hackett absolutely spot on.
Hutchison, who's scored in Liverpool's last 3 games. Rosenthal is offside. He's the player who's actually come back into the side because of the Walters injury. Jan Molby would have played in any case, with Graham Souness expecting Manchester United to play more or less 5 in midfield. Brian McClair, the floater, who's well up alongside Hughes at the moment, and ahead of him now, Kanchelskis on the ball. Here's McClair. Liverpool slow to close that gap. Ferguson.
Well, looking for his first goal of the season, Darren Ferguson there. But getting in there, that's the important thing. It's a good build-up. Players join in well. As Kanchelskis pulls it back, it's Darren Ferguson that arrives, but just uses the wrong foot for me.
That deflected off Redknapp. It's Ferguson again. And you do feel that he needs a goal to get going, to lift his confidence in that type of situation.
Well, already in the first 3 minutes, he's shown that he wants to get forward. I just wonder if that's with Brian Robson returning to fitness. But again, in that occasion for Darren Ferguson, didn't really show a great deal of conviction.
McClair, Liverpool retreat. Kanchelskis, Burrows though sitting back, forcing back in fact, Andrei Kanchelskis. Nicely done by Irwin, playing over the top of Marsh. Giggs, Hughes trying to get in first, and it won't roll for McClair, not quite.
Well, you can see early on, if I was Alex Ferguson and Brian Kidd, I'd be screaming to get the ball to Ryan Giggs as often as possible. Just twice he's shown that if he can get it there and get it in the holes, he's got the pace to get away from Mike Marsh. And we see him, he creates the space himself with a great run, and that means that Steve Nicholls drawn out the middle. And I just wonder if he'd have gone over this, Mark Hughes. Brian McClair probably tapping it into the net.
Molby. That was made easy for Rush by the precision from Molby. Rosenthal, who is a natural runner with the ball. Parker's very quick, but short on matches, and he can't prevent the cross. And Schmeichel, for a second, seemed to have left a space there. The ball actually passed into the side of the net.
I think he's very relieved, Peter Schmeichel here. Looks to me as if he moves out for the cross just there, and there is a yard gap, and he's a happy man to see that slip into the side netting.
Owen's header. Redknapp got in quickly. This is McManaman. Molby. And again. Hutchison. Oh, they're backing off him. And it came off Bruce, and it's ended up in the back of the net. And Liverpool have taken the lead. And Hutchison has played A major role for Liverpool again.
Well, they've allowed them to work the position, didn't they? I said if they allow Liverpool to pass the ball around and create openings, they could pay for it. I think they don't go and close the ball down the way they should. Look, Steve Bruce goes late, gets a deflection, and that's the crucial moment in that.
But how will Liverpool go from here? Just showing one or two signs of defending perhaps a little deeper than Graham Souness would like. Having got their noses in front. Giggs, there's the space to get past Marsh. There is. It's wonderful work from Giggs. McClare tried to let it run, and it was a hammering try from Ince. The point I made at Wembley, he doesn't get many goals, but when he does, they're usually ones that live long in the memory.
Again, Giggs though, isn't it? He's the one that's managed to open up, create the space. And as it just drops down to Ince, nothing in his mind but hitting this. Tight angle. Bruce deals with it easily enough.
Well, Manchester United have gone out of Europe already because of an inability to score goals. Now they've stuck Ryan Giggs through the middle. Oh, and it very nearly paid off straight away.
Well, Torben Picnic just completely went to sleep there. There's absolutely no danger, and he just treated the presence of Ryan Giggs as if he wasn't there. Superb touch from Giggs, but just doesn't get it up high enough. Back four looked to have it quite well sorted out, apart from the occasional little lap when they push up, looking to play offside needlessly. And Manchester United have really got it all to do.
Rush's flick, it's Hutchison again. Oh, and it looped up for a corner, and just for an instant it looked as though it was going to be a similar second for Liverpool.
I just wonder if he'd have known, could he have just laid it back into Ian Rush's path. Rush plays it past and then disappears, and then comes in Hutchison. But look at Rush just on the left of the picture. One deflection for him, one against him.
Chelskis. And still. Here's Ferguson. And Chelskis again. In from Parker. Off the knee of Nicol, headed back by Ince. McClare beating Steve Nicol in the air, but not quite enough movement around him for Manchester United. Hughes for Parker. Oh, it's a fine ball. Ferguson was the most committed at the cross, but it's brought away by McManaman. Giggs having to track back. Liverpool again well represented in the centre of midfield. Molby. Ball for Rosenthal. United are opened up. The ball's past Schmeichel, but not past Pallister. Rosenthal again. Back to him from Hutchison. Ronnie Rosenthal. Redknapp for the cutback. Rush! A moment of history for Ian Rush. This genuinely great goal scorer now leads the Liverpool list. The magic number 287. And oddly, his first in 10 attempts at Old Trafford. Now to be remembered as the ground where he overtook Roger Hunt.
And what a big thank you to Ronnie Rosenthal. Missed a great chance seconds before, but gets in the box and really commits Steve Bruce. But he's aware enough there to tuck it back, and that's Rushy. Well done, son. Congratulations.
Well, I said to him yesterday, let me just check, you've never scored at Old Trafford. No, he said, not in the 800 years I've been playing. Well, it's taken him 502 games at the most difficult job in football. Ian Rush has been truly remarkable.
And that just shows he ain't happy just to sit back, isn't it, after the record? Tracking back, tackling people. That's Ian Rush all over.
Well, I have to say that in my dotage when I look back with the old pipe and slippers in years to come, I'll be proud to say that I saw Rushy play, and honoured to be here on the day that he set the new landmark. But Liverpool, with all their practicality and their common sense, will want that out of the minds. It's a goal for them of significance because it's given them a 2-goal advantage over Manchester United at Old Trafford. The first had a touch of fortune about it. Hutchison's shot taking a savage deflection off Steve Bruce. But this is the Liverpool of Graham Souness that he's been keeping pretty quiet about, but the confidence is back, and Manchester United have a big problem. Half-time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 0, Liverpool 2. Liverpool to restart. Manchester United 9 Premier League games unbeaten before today, just those 2 defeats in their opening 2 matches of the campaign, but in serious trouble against their great rivals here.
Well, I did say that I thought Fergie wouldn't be sorting them out too much at half-time when it was 1-0, Martin, but just tidy things up. But I do think he would have really tore into his players at half-time after losing that goal right on the 45-minute mark.
Mulby. Maybe time to point out to you that Manchester United haven't scored 3 goals in a game so far this season. They've got 45 minutes to do it now if they're going to get 3 points. Ferguson. It's a fine ball for Giggs. Now Manchester United need this one to go in. Grobbelaar came up with a save of some significance for Liverpool.
Just a little glimpse, wasn't it, of Ryan Giggs' pace and power there.
Well, coming through the middle, he's obviously got...
Well, they've changed it, Martin, actually, slightly. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But this is the one, it's just slid through to him. And once he's clear, no one's going to catch him. But Bruce does everything right. He stands up, stands big, makes it difficult for the youngster. But they've toyed with the formation at half-time. Alex Ferguson has moved Andre Kanchelskis to the left wing. He's put Ryan Giggs up front with Mark Hughes, and Brian McClair is now operating in the right side of midfield.
Pallister believes he can get the ball over the top, and it might be a belief that's well-founded. Grobbelaar and Giggs. And the goalkeeper has lost out, but there was help on hand. Giggs, and it's ended up in the first potentially unsavoury episode of the match between Giggs and Burrows. It went away as soon as it started.
Top master of the linesman there as well, Martin. He was on the spot right away. Defused it very quickly, now we can get on with the game.
That's exactly what's happened. Grobbelaar is back in his goal. Giggs very nearly outwitted him on the far side. It was a clever ball by Pallister as Liverpool have pushed up.
Just what I said, though, you do get the feeling that everything was going Bruce's way.
There's going to be a change for Manchester United, and
we'll have a look at this replay here as Bruce comes up. Just for a minute, he's thinking, oh no, what am I doing out here? But suddenly David Burrows gets back in there. Great tackle that one was. Super tackle.
Well, you heard what the crowd thought, not of the arrival of Clayton Blackmore. They appreciate his all-round qualities, but of the departure of Andre Kanchelskis. Kanchelskis has only played the full 90 minutes 3 times in the league this season. Blackmore has, in an emergency, operated as a striker for Alex Ferguson in the past.
That's another close one though there, Martin. Clayton Blackmore involved for the first time. That diagonal run again that causes all the problems, and he'd given offside, but I really wasn't so sure he was.
United with Blackmore and Hughes. And still Hughes with Steve Nicol while sitting on the ground effecting the final challenge, or is it the final one? Marsh is there. McManaman. Oh, that was very nearly the moment where you thought Hughes, with such a show of strength to go with his skill, was going to bring his team back in the game.
It's such good defending from Steve Nicol. He kept his eyes firmly fixed on the ball. But the game's up a notch or two now, isn't it?
Good play from Rush to get the ball to McManaman. And Keith Hackett says, get up and get on with it. Darren Ferguson had a quick look to make sure that he wasn't going to be penalised. McManaman, I don't think in his heart of hearts expected a penalty.
It was a little bit rash, the tackle from Darren Ferguson, you see there. And there certainly was some contact.
Giggs, interception by Nicol. 20 minutes left, and still the two-goal divide in favour of Liverpool. McClare. It's a corner. Bruce and Pallister already on the move.
Well, you sense they need something soon, don't you? Crowd are just up to volume a little notch. They sense their team need a little bit of support, and they're trying to lift them.
That's Hughes. Can he get to it a second time? Not quite. And Jan Molby, I think it was, who towed it behind.
Brian McClare's the one who gets in the way of Hughes' initial header. Climbs brilliantly for this, gets the power there, but it's Brian McClare who stops it.
Well, I must say, grounds have to be redeveloped, and anything that benefits the spectators has got to be encouraged, but it's not helping Manchester United not having that partisan population of the Stretford end. The end that they're attacking. Hughes, the end that they're scoring, are they? They are! 2-1!
Well, I said it might take a piece of magic, and what a magical finish it was from Mark Hughes. Superb vision. Spots Grobler off his line and just lifts it off. Watch this as it's played in. He has a quick look. There it is. Sees Bruce off his line and thinks, have some of that. Superb finishing.
So you talked about the touch of inspiration, and here it is. Hughes recognising instinctively that Grobler would be off his line and that a lob would be the way to defeat him. Liverpool trying to keep their eyes on the ball and not think about the clock. Keep their eyes on the men that are massing wearing red in this penalty area. Ferguson. Nicol can't prevent the corner. Owen to take it. Can Pallister climb for this one? He does. Ferguson! It's another corner.
Great tackle from David Burrows. They're absolutely incensed that he didn't get the last touch, and I think they might be right about that.
Darren Ferguson getting on his feet. It was he who, unwittingly, I'm sure, caught Jan Molby. Pallister. Burrows, and it's a free kick to Liverpool, and one or two arms being raised in there in the heat of the moment.
Well, it's getting tense out there, I can assure you.
Scowling Paul Ince. Ferguson, who's I'm sure been frowning for much of the match, certainly since his team has been behind. But there's still hope for Manchester United. Parker. McClare going for this one. Giggs. Nicol hesitated. Oh, Mark Hughes! A fantastic finish for Manchester United.
Well, would you believe it? What a great ball that was in from Ryan Giggs. And he's gotten a result at a game that for a long period of time they looked to be losing.
All the scoring responsibility seemed to be heaped on his shoulders. 2 in the last 10 minutes for Hughes.
Well, it's something you don't see enough of for me these days. Brian McClare makes it difficult for Mike Marsh, but it's delivered to the near post, and that's how you attack the ball in there. He's got every right to be delighted with that.
Liverpool have lost their way in the closing stages at Old Trafford, and there's still time possibly for them to lose the game. Now the linesman steps in again, out of your picture to calm things down. In fact, the final whistle has gone, and there is still work for Keith Hackett to do to get the players to the dressing room. David Burrows, like all the Liverpool players, bitterly disappointed. Mark Hughes has brought such joy to his teammates and to Manchester United, and in the nick of time with his second goal, robs Ian Rush of true satisfaction on the day that he's broken Roger Hunt's record. And Liverpool led by 2-0. Rush with the second of those two. Don Hutchison deflected effort the first. A draw is always a good bet when these two great rivals take on each other, and it's come up again, but rarely in such dramatic circumstances. I think Alex Ferguson felt that there might have been some injury time to be added on then. What emotions here. And Andy Gray, is that marvellous for Manchester United, obviously, but how tough is it on Liverpool?
Oh, I think it's cruel for Liverpool. I think they put so much into the game, Martin. I think if you looked at both camps, the Manchester United camp will be a far happier one than the Liverpool one.